Again, this is the article I was going to tell you about. It's called Troubled Waters, Naval Forces Line Syrian Shores. Right here is a picture of the USS Mahan, and the article says as follows. Mounting pressure for a Western strike on Syria has seen naval forces, both friendly and hostile, to Damascus build up off the embattled country's coastline. The potential of a U.S. strike against Syria in response to an August 21st chemical weapons attack in the Damascus suburb gained steam on Wednesday when a resolution backing the use of force against President Bashar Assad government cleared the Senate Foreign Relations Committee on a 10 to 7 vote. President Obama has decided to put off military action until at least September 9th, when the seemingly recalcitrant U.S. House of Representatives reconvenes to vote on the measure. Following the August 21st Ghouta attack, which killed anywhere between 355 to 1,729 people, the diplomatic scramble to launch or stave off a military strike on Syria was mirrored by the movement of naval forces in the eastern Mediterranean off the coast of Syria. The deployment of U.S. and allied naval warships in the region has been matched by the deployment of Russian naval warships in the region. While the Western vessels have in many cases been deployed in the event a military strike against Syria gets a green light, Russian President Vladimir Putin has said Russia's naval presence is needed to protect national security interests and is not a threat to any nation. Below is a brief summary of the naval hardware currently amassed off the Syrian shores. Okay, from the United States, the U.S. Navy has 5 Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyers off the coast of Syria, which its top admiral says is fully ready for a wide range of possible actions. The USS Ramage, USS Mahan, USS Gravely, and USS Berry are each armed with dozens of Tomahawk cruise missiles, which have a range of about 1,000 nautical miles or 1,151 miles and are used for precise targeting. The ships are also equipped with surface-to-air missiles capable of defending the vessels from air attacks. On August 29th, the USS Stout was sent to relieve the USS Mahan, but a defense official told AFP that both ships might remain in the area for the time being. Admiral Jonathan Greenert, the chief of naval operations, told an audience at the American Enterprise Institute on Thursday that U.S. ships are prepared for what he called a vast spectrum of operations, including launching Tomahawk cruise missiles at targets in Syria, as was done in Libya in 2011, and protecting themselves in the event of retaliation, AP reports. In addition to the destroyers, the United States may well have one of its 4 guided missile submarines off of the coast of Syria. At one time, these subs were equipped with nuclear-tipped ballistic missiles. Nowadays, they are capable of carrying up to 154 Tomahawk cruise missiles. It was also announced on Monday that the U.S. had deployed the USS San Antonio, an amphibious transport ship, to the eastern Mediterranean. The USS San Antonio, with several helicopters and hundreds of Marines on board, is on station in the eastern Mediterranean, but has received no specific tasking, a defense official told AFP on the condition of anonymity. The deployment of the USS Antonio comes despite promises from President Obama that no amphibious landing is on the agenda, as the U.S. has ostensibly ruled out any boots on the ground. While the wording of the draft resolution set to be put before the House does not permit a ground invasion, the wording of the text could potentially allow troops to carry out non-offensive operations within Syria, including securing chemical weapon stockpiles and production facilities. On Monday, it was also announced the USS Nimitz supercarrier had moved into the Red Sea though it had not been given orders to be part of the planning for a limited U.S. military strike on Syria, U.S. officials told ABC News. The other ships in the strike group are the USS Princeton and the destroyers USS William P. Lawrence, USS Stockdale, and USS Shoup. The officials said the carrier strike group has not been assigned a mission but was shifted to the event its resources are needed to maximize available options. The USS Harry S. Truman aircraft carrier and strike group is also in the northern Arabian Sea. Okay, now we go to Russia's. Russia's Syria's longtime ally and primary arms supplier has its only overseas naval base located in the Syrian port of Tartus, which has reportedly been used to support Russia's growing number of naval patrols in the Mediterranean. However, Russia insists recent efforts to bolster its naval presence in the region are not in response to Western threats of a military strike. Yeah, right. Reports movements of many Russian ships in the region are coming from anonymous Russian Defense Ministry sources that have not been confirmed. RT contacted the Russian Navy to ask for confirmation of the reported ship movements, though no comment was forthcoming. On Friday, for example, the large landing ship Nikolai Vichenkov was reportedly dispatched from the Ukrainian port city of Sevastopol for the Russian Black Sea port of Novorossiysk, from where it is eventually expected to reach the Syrian coast, a source told Interfax news agency. Excuse me. The ship will make call in Novorossiysk. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing these correctly. I'm doing the best I can. Where it will take on board special cargo and set off the designated area of its combat duty in the Eastern Mediterranean. RI News Agency quoted an unnamed senior naval sources saying on Friday that the frigate, the Smelteby, would leave for the Mediterranean on September 12th to the 14th, and the corvette Shuttle and missile boat Ivanets would approach Syria at the end of the month. The Russian destroyer Nastochevy, which is the flagship of the Baltic Fleet, is also expected to join the group in the region. Deputy Defense Minister Anatoly Antonov, who was unable to comment on specific reports, said on Thursday the Russian Navy currently had a pretty strong group there. The Russian Navy does not intend to take part directly or indirectly in a possible regional conflict, he told the State 24 broadcaster. Our Navy vessels are a guarantee of stability, guarantee of peace, and attempt to hold back other forces ready to start military action in the region. Also reportedly in its place in the Eastern Mediterranean are the frigate Neustrashimy, as well as the landing ships Alexander Shebala, the Admiral Novelsky, and the Persevet. They are expected to be joined by guided missile cruiser Moskva. The Moskva, set to arrive in a little over a week's time, will take over operations from a naval unit in the region. Okay, and that goes on, and you can read the rest. Okay, for time's sake. France, it says August 31st, the French military confirmed the frigate Chevalier Paul, which specializes in anti-missile capabilities, and transport ship Dixmude were in the Mediterranean. French officials denied they are in the region to participate in military action, but were rather taking part in training and operation preparations. Despite their presence in the region, France currently has no ship-based missiles, so any offensive action would come from the air in the form of long-range scout missiles similar to those the nation used in Kosovo in 1999 and in Libya in 2011, Time reports. Okay, Italy has 2 Italian warships set sail for Lebanon on Wednesday in a bid to protect 1,100 Italian soldiers in the United Nations interim force in Lebanon, Syria's southeastern neighbor. Agent France Press reported. The Italian ANSA news agency reported that a frigate and a torpedo destroyer boat departed from Italy's southeastern coast on Wednesday and would provide additional protection to the soldiers in the event the Syrian conflict further deteriorates. Now, according to this, the UK, as of August 29th, the Royal Navy's Response Force Task Group was deployed in the Mediterranean as part of a long-planned exercise Cougar 13, which includes helicopter carrier HMS Illustrious, Type 23 frigates, HMS Westminster, and HMS Montrose, amphibious warship HMS Bulwark, and 6 Royal Fleet auxiliary ships. The Trafalgar-class nuclear submarine HMS Tireless was also believed to be in the area at the time after it was detected in Gibraltar. On the same day that British media started touting British's arsenal of military might, which would be available in the event of intervention, Prime Minister David Cameron lost the vote endorsing military action against Syria by 13 votes. In light of the shocking parliamentary defeat, Foreign Secretary William Hague said UK would only be able to offer the US diplomatic support. The UK's Conservative Chancellor George Osborne confirmed that the UK would not seek a further vote on action in Syria. Okay, that's all of this, everyone. I'd like to say, excuse me, that whether it be any of you have sons or daughters out there on these ships, whether you be in the United States, Russia, France, Italy, the UK, my prayers go out to all of your children. I don't care where you live. My prayers go out to the Syrian people because I know that so many will be killed if this happens. And my prayers go out to all of you in my dear sweet United States that we can somehow make it through this because we don't know what's coming. But I know everybody feels it. I know I do. Something's coming. So try to keep your eyes open, stay safe, prepare, try to get you some drinking water and a little bit of food put up because food's getting scarce with the fires around, the droughts, the floods. Food's just going to keep going up, up, up. God knows I wish I could do that. I guess you probably hear a kitten squalling. I've got 4 kittens crawling all over me right now that are about 5 weeks old. And they've learned to play now, and they like to jump on each other. So I apologize if you hear little kittens crying or meowing. But anyway, I love y'all, and try to stay safe. Keep your eyes open, as I said. And let's pray that somehow that President Obama's not going to go through with this. I see troubled waters ahead, folks. I love y'all. God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.